Hey there, Anna here from Mask Addict, and I know it's been a while. I just got back from a 2-week trip to Japan, and I thought I'd share my haul. And before I share all the products that I got, I just wanted to share like my shopping experience and any and tax-free experience. Just so if you're planning a trip anytime soon, you can kind of get a gauge of like what it might be like right now, as in October 2019. So I mostly shopped at Matsumoto Kiyoshi, which is a like drugstore chain all around Japan. So think CVS or Walgreens. They're everywhere. You honestly won't have to like Google. You'll probably just run into one walking around. And there's a bunch of other drugstore chains as well, but I'm not familiar with the names. Matsumoto Kiyoshi is just the one that I'm familiar with. But you can just go to any of them. They'll have like inventory spilling out onto the street, basically. And the sunscreens are usually very prominently featured on the street level ground floor. So the Matsumoto Kiyoshi that's more notable in my eyes was one in Ginza. I'll do a Google Maps link down below for the one that I went to. I'm noting that one because I think because it was a more touristy and like shopping focused area. I noticed on the second floor, a lot of the salespeople spoke Mandarin, and they were helping Chinese speaking customers up there, presumably for their like more luxury brands. But I also got help in English there too. So I think if you're in a like bigger shopping touristy area, I think the people working there will have a higher chance of speaking English if you need help. They're definitely not the stereotypical like Asian shopping experience. Like they totally leave you alone. It's like shopping at a drugstore here in America. Like if you need help, you can find someone to help you, but if you don't need help, no one will talk to you. So on the first floor was mostly the sunscreens. And then I also found the Cow Megrhythm steam eye masks and stuff are generally on the first floor. And then on the second floor, there's a bit more skincare and makeup. And you'll usually see like 2F as in second floor, like, and then a bunch of brands. So there's lots of signs. Usually the stores are on the smaller side and just crammed with stuff. So just feel free to like browse around and explore. I also suggest using Google Translate. So download the Google Translate app. You can download the language packs ahead of time. So I downloaded Japanese, and so it's just easier especially if you're not on the internet. It's all the languages are on your phone, the ones you download, I mean, and you just like use your camera and it'll show what the English is. It's not perfect, but it'll give you a general idea of like what the hell you just picked up because it's all in Japanese. And then at the drugstores, you'll see signs outside and all around the store for tax-free. So if you are a foreigner visiting Japan, you can bring your passport while you're shopping, and for purchases over 5,000 yen, which is about $50, 50 US dollars, you qualify for tax-free purchases. So that means you save 10% that you don't have to pay in taxes. So you bring everything to the counter, and usually if there's more than one cash register, there will be a sign for one or two, or maybe all of them, you can use for tax-free. So just go to that line, look for those signs. So you give them your passport, your big shopping cart, a basket full of stuff, and then they'll process it for you. So they'll type in your information, and it all spits out on this receipt that they attach to your passport. And then your whole bag of stuff is placed in a sealed plastic bag that you're not supposed to open until you leave the country. So that's been my experience. And when we were leaving, we were like, well, where am I supposed to go with my receipts? No one ever explained anything. And based on Googling and now my personal experience, is the whole process is kind of BS. We get to the airport, there's no signs for anything related to like what to do with your tax-free purchases. No one checks. I couldn't even find the place to like hand over my receipts. So I just kind of like, everything was taped on my passport, and it was like the kind of tape that just peels off really easily. So I just pulled everything out and stuffed it in my pocket. And I'm like, if I see it, I'll turn it in. But it's kind of BS because I've already gotten my tax-free benefit. I didn't pay the 10% in taxes. I have left the country, so I did my part. A friend did let me know that there is a counter with like a basket or a place where you can put those receipts in, but I looked, I couldn't see it. So yeah, I honestly think it's just for economic stimulation. Like they want visitors to spend lots of money in Japan, so this is a good way. It's not like in Europe where you're claiming VAT and you have to do it at the airport, and then they'll, you know, something will show up in your credit card a couple weeks later, or they mail you something. You know, I've already gotten the tax benefit, whereas in Europe, you have to claim it at the airport and then you get it later. So you have to do the work to get that tax-free benefit. So yeah, that's my shopping experience. So let's move on to the haul. Okay, I just put everything out. I purchased less than 20 things. I think it was like 17 things. So I'm just gonna go through them one by one. Most of them should be pretty quick because it's, I haven't tried any of these things. So it's just a kind of, take this as an overview of what's available right now in the drugstores, and you can kind of build your shopping list from there. So yeah, let's get started. First, I'm gonna go through like the more premium, pricier sunscreens. So the brand you might be familiar with is Anessa. So this is the Perfect UV Sunscreen Mild Milk for sensitive skin. And this is SPF 50 plus PA 4 pluses. And then this guy is the Perfect UV Sunscreen Skincare Gel, SPF 50 PA 4 pluses. And this is a huge 90 gram size, and this is 60. I think both of these I paid around 2,000 to 2,500 yen. So $20 to $25 if you do like the rough conversion. So for these sunscreens, because they're a little pricier, I think for like anti-theft or inventory purposes, what I grabbed on the shelf was just like a cardboard, like the cardboard box for this, and then I bring it up to the counter and they grab the product from behind the counter. And then what I noticed for this sunscreen, actually, so I walked into a ton of drugstores just to browse. I noticed one did have testers, so that's why I actually ended up picking this up, because I think Renee from Gothamista really liked this one. I haven't tried it yet. And this one I hadn't even heard about, this gel one, but there was a tester and I tried it on my hand. It's still a like white milky texture, but it's definitely a very light gel. So and it like no white cast, things like that. So it was nice to see a store with testers, but I didn't notice that with every single drugstore. So feel free to like really shop around or just pop into one that catches your eye. So those are the ones from Anessa. Again, like $20 to $25. So definitely still a little cheaper than what you would pay in the US for sure. Another more like expensive drugstore brand. This is Allie, Allie. And this is the extra UV gel, SPF 50, PA 4 pluses. And like in right here, it shows like the activities it's suitable for. So it's definitely for like outside and very sunny weather, for playing sports. So, and again, this is 90 grams. I think this was also in that $20 to $25 range. So a little more pricey. I'll show you the other sunscreens I got and you'll see like, oh my God, those are way cheaper. So next are fan faves, Biore. And this is the Watery gel and this is the Watery essence. And they repackage and reformulate the Watery line every year, basically. So if you're watching this in the far future, this is way outdated information. The bottle probably looks different color. But as of right now, October 2019, they look like this. It also says Aqua Rich. So these guys were definitely under 1,000 yen. So I want to say like 600 to 700 yen. So $6 to $7, which is really amazing for sunscreen. But yeah, and Biore is always a fan favorite. I've used the Biore Watery Essence before, years ago. So it's been a while. And they've been through several repackaging and reformulations. So I'm excited to try this. And then next are some sunscreens by Skin Aqua. So this is the Skin Aqua UV Super Moisture Essence. And this is the Tone Up UV Essence. And with the Tone Up name, it might mean that it might have like a bit of a white cast. At least that's what it is in Korean skincare or Korean like creams or sunscreen. When I see the word tone up, it's usually high in either titanium oxide or zinc oxides. It gives that white cast to make you look like paler. So I debated about getting this, but again, these were in that 600 to 700 yen range. So I'm like, well, it's, you know, pretty cheap, and if it doesn't work out, I'll use it on my body or the tops of my feet. So it's not too big of a deal. So this is from Skin Aqua. And then last one is from Nivea, and I've never used any sunscreens from Nivea, Japan or US. Does the US have sunscreen? This is the Sun Cream Care UV Cream SPF 50 PA 4 pluses. So I think all of these, yeah, all of these are SPF 50 PA 4 pluses. So I think it's basically impossible to get anything lower. For the Anessa one, there is a mineral one. I think it's a blue bottle, or maybe it has like a blue top to it. That was SPF 35. I think because it's a all mineral sunscreen, but I had already grabbed some like pricier sunscreens, so I was like, I don't need any more. But yeah, like all the sunscreens I bought on this trip were all SPF 50 PA 4 pluses, so it's kind of hard to go any lower than that. So that's my sunscreen haul. Oh, and then this I bought for my husband because he's been traveling a lot. And this is the Suisai Beauty Clear Powder. You've probably seen this before. It's these little, can I open this? Oh, it's all sealed. If you can see, there's like little capsules of a powder cleanser, and it's great for travel. So I'm just gonna throw this into his travel bag. These are kind of pricey. This has 32 little capsules, and I think it was 1,500 yen, so about $15. So a little pricey, but I think that's probably one of the better prices I've seen. And you can buy sets of like 2 or 3 or like 5. When I was at the drugstore, I couldn't find this in a single, so I actually had to ask for help. I like pointed at the box of like 5 and I'm like, I just want to buy one. And so the gal like went somewhere and got this for me. So this is a great cleanser. I've used this before. A friend gave me a few capsules. I'm pretty sure it's low pH. It didn't feel like it stripped my skin, but the great thing is it has this like lovely rich lather to it. So if you are on that low pH life but miss that like luscious foam, this will give that to you. So definitely worth a try. And then if you follow my Instagram, you know that I'm a huge fan of the Cow Steam eye masks. And they're just like these, you know, eye masks that warm up like hand warmers would warm up, but not as hot. And a lot have like different scents. I like the lavender one. It's great for when I can't sleep or when I'm traveling on the plane or train or whatever. It's just like very soothing to have something over your eyes and have that like moist heat. So I didn't buy any of those because the prices weren't that much lower than what I could pay on eBay or even some of my favorite stores. I could save, you know, a couple of dollars, but the boxes are pretty bulky. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I can live with paying a bit more when I get home, when I need more. And I don't need any more right now because I've got a bunch. But I did notice some things from the brand that I hadn't seen before. So this is like a face mask, or, you know, for your nose and mouth region. And it looks like it heats up to 40 degrees Celsius, and I think it heats for 15 minutes is what I'm gathering. So it's called the Gentle Steam Face Mask. And this one I think is unscented, because I did see some other ones that had like, you know, lavender flowers or citrus, and so you can see it all around the packaging. For whatever reason, I was like, I don't know if I want like lavender right in my nostrils and face. So I went with the unscented one. I think this will be good for when I'm sick and congested and can't breathe very well, although I don't know how it would feel if I have something on my face when I already can't breathe. So I don't know. We'll see when I test this out. This has 3 in here, which is fine. I only wanted to try a few. I don't remember the price. I'm sorry. But yeah, I saw these all over. If you see the steam eye masks, you'll probably see these close by. What I didn't see until I got to the airport were these. And this was at the airport duty free. And they had 2 boxes actually, and they look exactly the same. Like the characters look the same. But one was, I think, specifically targeted for menstrual cramps. Like all the pictorials were like right in the like lower belly region where you would need menstrual cramp soothing. But this one, the pictorial has it like on your shoulders, behind your neck, on your belly area, low back. So I think this is for like general aches and pains. I don't think this is scented. So I'm gonna give this a try. This looks kind of similar to another Cow thing I have that's specifically for like the nape of your neck area, for when you're going to sleep. So we'll see how this compares to that. But yeah, I picked this up at duty free at the airport. The thing about duty free at the airport, at least the like little store that I went to, I think the prices were much higher than what I saw, you know, out on the streets of Tokyo. So like the Anessa sunscreen, I bought these for, again, 2,000 to 2,500 yen, but at the duty-free shop at the airport, it was 3,000 yen. So you're definitely paying a bit more, but it's always good to still check, because I saw this at the airport when I didn't see it anywhere else. Okay, some makeup. I bought some eyeliners. This brand is Uzu by Flo Fushi, and this is a eyeliner. This you may have seen like Instagram ads all over. They are launching in America, seems pretty aggressively based on the ads that I've seen. And I swatched these on my hand and towards the beginning of the day, went about my day, you know, went to the bathroom, washed my hands, and the swatches were still there. Like I had to like use oil cleanser and rub it off at the end of the day. So based on that, the staying power for this is awesome. This color is in brown black. The store I went to had all the colors except for black, so I figured this was like the closest to black that I could buy. And they have like a bunch of cool colors, like a teal blue, they have white, pink, so a good range of colors. This was 1,500 yen, so in America you can buy this online for $16, so it's not a huge savings, but what I figured is I could buy one for a slightly lower cost than what I would pay here at home, and then if I like it, I'll just buy more online here. So that's the Uzu Flo Fushi eyeliner. And then the other eyeliner I bought was this One Day Tattoo eyeliner in like super waterproof, here super WP, and super black. I've heard good things about this brand, and I don't remember this being super expensive, maybe 1,200 yen, maybe less. Don't quote me on that. I really don't remember, but it wasn't, you know, super expensive or anything. There's a big wall of them at most stores I've seen with a lot of different colors in the black range. So there's like black, brown, and there's some in like a brownish packaging. I couldn't really tell which was which, so I just went for this because it said super waterproof, super black, so I just went with it. Next are some like lip balms. This is the DHC. So this is like the classic DHC lip cream. And then this is like their colored version. These were both like 700 yen maybe. Pretty inexpensive. Drop that one. Pretty inexpensive. I've heard really good things about this one. Never seen this before, but again, it was so inexpensive that I figured it was worth a try. Last thing from the drugstore, which I've already opened, is this Can Make Matte Fleur Cheek Blush. And the color is 05, and I think the name is like pumpkin. So it has like more orangey brown tones, whereas all their other blushes were in that like pinky or orange pink coral family. So this is a little different. Had, you know, and I don't have any blushes like this, so figure I pick it up. This was 800 yen, so about $8. It's super cute. It has like flower detail on it. Let me see if you can see it a little better. So it looks like that. It has pretty good color payoff, and definitely is very matte. There's like no shimmers to this at all. So for a drugstore blush, good stuff. All right, last thing, and the only thing that I didn't get at the drugstore is this beautiful brush. This is Hakuhodo, and the number is F6440. So wait, am I showing it upside down? No. So it's like a fan-shaped brush, but it's not like the loose fan brush, you know, that you normally see. It's got like a rounded quality. I'm terrible about describing what blush or brushes are. This is like a highlight brush, and it's made of blue squirrel and goat. And this was, I think I paid around like $30-ish for this. And if you check on the Hakuhodo US website, I believe this retails for $43. So you definitely significant savings if you make it to any of the stores in Japan. So this I bought at the flagship store in Kyoto. I was really lucky. My hotel and the store was like a 5-minute walk away. So it was a very good excuse to get up there and check out the store. The store is beautiful. It's just like a long, narrow store, and it has, I think, all their brushes displayed, like just all sticking up. And it was just me and my husband in the store with 2 salespeople. The person who I ended up talking to was super helpful. She spoke English. I didn't do any research beforehand just because Hakuhodo has so many brushes that I was kind of overwhelmed with all the choices. So I really relied on her and trusted her when I asked, like, I'm looking for a highlight brush. And so she brought out a bunch. And was, and just kind of left it up to me and my preference. And she really didn't try and sway me towards like the more expensive brushes or anything. This was definitely in the higher range. She brought this out, but there was a bunch of other brushes that were much cheaper. This is definitely not in the most expensive side. I did see some like big powder brushes, the ones with the famous orange handles. Those were like $100 plus. So you can definitely spend a lot of money here. I don't know if there are any tax-free benefits to shopping there. I didn't see anything advertised in the store from what I recall. But yeah, if you're a makeup brush lover, you want to check out some, Japanese makeup brushes, definitely check out Hakuhodo. I think there's a few other stores. There might be a store in Tokyo, maybe some counters here and there. But again, I just went to the one in Kyoto because it was just right by my hotel. So that is it for my Japan haul. I just wanted to share kind of an overview of, especially for the sunscreens, like what's available right now to give you an idea if you wanted to shop, in Japan anytime soon. So yeah, that's it. Again, like my shopping experience there was really great, super seamless and easy when it came to the tax-free process. And I think, the best tip I can give you is just go and explore and have a good time. If you want anything specific, I would probably take screenshots of the products that you are looking for. And then, that way, if they don't speak English and you don't speak Japanese, you can just show them the product and they can go look for that or let you know if they have it or not. So that would be my advice. I, again, didn't really go in with a wish list or anything like that. So I just was going in like, just give me what you have, especially in terms of sunscreens. So it was great and highly recommend it. And if you go to Japan, please let me know if you do end up shopping and let me know if you got anything. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.